Good afternoon, everybody. Today is going to be a long day of hiking. So it basically took me about an hour and a half to get here from civilization out here to where I have to hike. And I'm basically going to be hiking 10 miles round trip to get to this abandoned plane crash that is out here at Loon Lake. So it's a long hike, long drive, but hopefully the end result will be great. I just want to make sure I get back before, sunset. That way I don't get stranded in the dark. But anyway, I'm prepared. I have all my stuff with me. Kind of jacket thing that heats up. I got stuff to make a fire if I need to. So I'm set here. I have water, plenty of water, food. So if something bad happened, I am prepared. However, let's hope that doesn't happen. There was about 4 or 5 other cars in the parking lot before you get to this trailhead. So there's probably people down at the plane at this point, but I've not seen a single person or even heard a single person yet. Unfortunately, I did not bring any bear mace, so my protection is a rock. I know it's kind of lame, but hopefully if a bear does come and try to run at me, this will hopefully stun it for a second for me to run down the hill and get the heck out of there. Pretty much this whole forest has been burned by a wildfire. Pretty much every tree I've seen is burned in some fashion. It's just terrible. I'm pretty exhausted already. So I've gone, I guess, about 3.5 miles, and I got about 1.5 miles left to go. Oh, you have no idea how tired I am. Sweating like crazy. I finally made it, you guys. To say that this is difficult does not describe how bad it is. This is insane. Not only is the 5 miles in to the actual lake hard, you then, after you get to the lake, after walking 5 miles up and down through the mountains, after you get to the lake, you have to walk to the other side of the lake through like the marshlands on the side. Try to balance yourself on all these logs. So yeah, it's not easy whatsoever. So I looked at my clock. It took me 3 hours to get to the lake. So 3 hours to do 5 miles. And that's, going up and down steep mountain hills through the forest and all that. And then it took me about an hour to get from the one side of the lake to the other through like the marshlands and stuff. So about 4 hours total to get here. And that doesn't include drive time. So anyway, before I pass out, all these flies, here's the plane, you guys. This is the second abandoned airplane I've been inside in. The first one was on Vancouver Island. That airplane was more intact than this one, but this is still really cool. The fact that majority of it's still here, and the fact that all 8 men survived is another amazing thing, considering they skidded on the lake, which was frozen over, and crashed into the woods. I mean, that's a pretty good job by the pilot, I must say. Alright, I'm going to show you guys kind of from the front view of the plane, and then I'm going to call it good because it's a 4-hour hike back. It's already 5 something p.m. Okay guys, thanks for watching. This has definitely been by far the hardest hike, or whatever you want to call it, to get to an abandoned place I've ever been to in my life. 5 miles to get here, and then probably another mile or something to get around to the other end of the lake, walking through the swamplands. Yeah, long day, but well worth the effort because it's just amazing to see an abandoned crash plane here in the woods. Anyway guys, I'm going to put a couple end cards at the end of the video here. Feel free to check those out. One is a playlist of all my Europe trip videos that I've done. So if you've missed a lot of my Europe videos that I've done recently, feel free to check that playlist out. My current trip I'm on, my US road trip, I'm making a playlist for that as well, so that way all the videos for that are going to be in one playlist. So if you miss one or two, you can catch up. And as always, live, explore, and hike 10 miles to an abandoned plane sometime. You might enjoy it, or you might hate it, I don't know. Alright, see you guys.